So to all my salespeople out there, how can you turn no's into yeses when you're working is actually something that I'm sure everyone struggles with at times, and that's what I'm gonna try to address and explain in this video. So if you don't know me, I'm Pavel and I am with Fondaco Media. We are a consulting business that helps financial advisors achieve more in their business and get more done on the daily, help more people, help more families. So with that being said, let's get right into it. As you're progressing through the sale with your client, you're probably gonna get a no at some point, or I'm gonna think about it, or you might get some friction also, even if it's not a direct no. You just feel like the person isn't taking your frame, and that's often a big problem because as you progress through the call or through the interaction, that no becomes stronger and stronger, and you know that you've lost the sale. So how can you change that and make sure that you change a no into a yes is actually pretty easy, okay? All you have to do is ask more questions. And I'll give you a specific example from one of the sales calls I was taking a few weeks ago. So I was talking with my prospect and he kept giving me friction, restrictions. He wasn't taking my frame, and he kept saying that he was happy with the product and the situation that he had right now. In that specific case, it was a financial advisor who said that he was happy because he was making his numbers that he fixed for himself at the beginning of the year. So in his mind, there was no point in changing the situation because he was hitting his numbers. So I kept asking him more questions, and eventually I learned that he was taking 10 calls per week with potential customers. And I know for a fact that if you're taking 10 calls per week, you have plenty of time to make more money and take more calls. So I kept digging and I said, so what do you do between calls? Like, do you wait around? Like, do you go play tennis? Like, what do you do? And he said, no, I just chat with my colleagues and you know, we say jokes and we do this and we do that. And I was like, oh, so would you say you have more time to take on more customer if the opportunity is there? And it turned the whole situation around. He actually said like, yeah, so actually that's the reason why I took this call with you guys, is because I realized that I have way too much free time and I actually want to find a solution where I can get recurring customers, new customers coming in every single week so I can make more money. So from that point, we established that the initial situation that he was in was good because he was satisfied, but at the same time, it was a lie, it was an objection. He wasn't really satisfied just because he was making his numbers. So from that, I started trying to learn with him what would be the ideal situation, because we have his existing situation and his ideal situation. And our role is to create that gap in between and make it as big as possible so your service afterwards seems extremely valuable. And actually, it is if you're bridging that gap. So how do you find the ideal situation? Well, in that case, it was a matter of asking him how much free time he had, how many more clients he would potentially be able to take if there was a pool of client in front of him that he could just pull from, right? So you have to work with the ideal outcome of your customer. In that case, it was him taking on more clients, make more money. If you're working, for example, in selling life insurance, the outcome would be protecting their family. So maybe they already have some policies that they're satisfied with, but if they would be able to leave more money when they die, or give more to their children when they pass, or know that they have this amount of money more or they pay less, then those are all dream outcomes that you can work with to create that gap. So let's get back to the situation. That customer, we eventually found out that he could take on 20 meetings a week instead of 10. So then it's just a matter of creating that pain. So I was asking him, oh, so like how much money do you think you'd be making more if you take twice as many calls? And he said, well, logically, I'd be making twice as much. And so we figured out how much that was. So that client was making about $8,000 a month and he could be making 16. So how I created that pain is I told him, so like, how much money are you gonna be not not making, let's say if we start working together in 3 months, so that's 8 times 3, that's $24,000 that he would be losing if we started working 3 months from now. And that's how you can sort of create urgency and turn an initial no and gradually turn that into a yes. So I hope that this information was valuable for you. The client eventually did sign up with us that same day, actually that same initial discovery call. So that just shows how powerful some of these mindset or techniques can be and help you make more money, whatever sales job that you're doing right now. Again, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.